Hey everyone, it's Hayes and Gloob, of course. First of all, have released a trailer for Mr. AGRESTE. They also have a proper firm airing date after the confusion of yesterday. And we also have a brand new image that was released by the official Miraculous Ladybug account. So of course we're going to take a look at all of it. But first of all, we are going to talk about the airing date. Look, I don't know what Gloob were on yesterday. Truly, I don't know. They confirmed the airing date as tonight, but then they deleted all their posts. So I was like, okay. And they have now confirmed it's going to be on the 23rd of September. So they still have the premiere. It's just not going to be tonight. It's going to be in a few days. Did it confuse me? Yeah. That's why I did that video yesterday the way I did it, because I was just like, this is what happened. I'm not sure why it happened like that, but I was like, okay. And with that release date, they also showed a trailer. Now, we're not going to go over the whole trailer because quite a lot of this trailer we've already seen before. Just going to go over the new bits, but of course I will link it down below, so please go and watch it now. So the first new bit is of Adrien and Luca, and I'm pretty sure they are at the airport. On the right here, we have like this weird white thing with black on the top of it, and I'm pretty sure this matches up to the stairs that Luca climbs up to get in to get on the airplane from the bus at the airport. And of course we can see Luca is wearing his original design, as is Adrien, who honestly looks a bit weird in the new animation style, but with his hair in the banana cut. So I assume they have some kind of conversation, then they hug each other, or rather Luca hugs Adrien. Adrien does look very surprised by this. Obviously we know Luca leaves after migration, and in migration Luca does let Adrien know that he knows he's Cat Noir, so I am assuming this conversation is to do with that. But Adrien was aware in that episode that Luca knew he was Cat Noir, so okay. So then the next image is Marinette, and she looks like she's running somewhere in a hurry. But I'm not actually sure where this could fall in the episode. I'm not sure on this one. However, the next set of shots I am pretty sure of, and it's of Ladybug, and she's basically being accosted by all these news reporters. You can see the TVI microphone, and she's like stood there like, oh my god, what has happened, what's going on? And what I think is happening actually, I think this is the start of her nightmare. So if you remember from my theory video yesterday, I said I think the nightmare is the start of this episode. And of course, as we know in the nightmare, one thing she does, like she talks to Luke, she's like, I made a mistake, I've lied to everyone and Adrien that Gabriel was a hero when in fact he was actually Hawkmoth. And of course Luca turns into Adrien and is like, why would you lie about that? So I think this is start of the nightmare, because we know she's Ladybug and then she de-transforms into Marinette. So I think actually this news broadcast is the start of this nightmare. But I'm not sure how this image of Marinette looking panicked plays into it. I'm not sure it's in the nightmare. I could be wrong though. And the next little bit that was featured in the trailer that we haven't seen before is of Marinette and Luca. Now I'm a bit confused where they are. They're definitely on some steps, the Eiffel Tower, I'm not sure. But as you can see by their outfits, this is the older design, so it's a flashback. However, of course, Gaby Baby had the snake Miraculous until he died, basically. So I am assuming that this flashback section, so that first flashback with Adrien and Luca, end of migration when he's leaving, but this flashback with Marinette and Luca is after recreation, but before the new season starts. So when Luca gets the snake Miraculous back, basically. So from like basically the end of recreation. So they are sat somewhere together. Why she's not Ladybug and he is Viperion, I am unsure. And he seems to do a second chance. Gloob use a noise in the trailer because they again show Marinette using the snake Miraculous, and it uses the same noise when she does the second chance. So Lucas does seem to be doing one, but he's like covering it to try and maybe stop her from using it. I don't know, it's a bit weird. So what is she telling him, or what is he telling her, that they feel the need to use a second chance? Honestly, I'm not really sure, but I am definitely intrigued. So it's clear what's going on. They're using the second chance, they're talking about something, but it seems she doesn't want to use a second chance. So is he telling her something? Possibly, I'm not sure. And I'm also not sure about the Marinette running scene. Now we do also have another image. This one was released by the official Miraculous account, and it's of Ladybug and Cat Noir at sunset looking at the Eiffel Tower. Now we do have similar images already, so I'm assuming this is from basically the start of that scene, because in the images they already have, they're sat quite close together and she goes in for a hug. This one they're a bit further apart, so I feel like they start the scene like this, they talk a bit, and then she ends up moving closer and ultimately hooking him. So yeah, that's everything, besties. Of course, if Gloob re-update their air date and they air it in 10 minutes, I'll let you know. but I hope not. God, I was so confused yesterday. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think of all of this, and I will see you in the next one.